explore?
I'm from Europe, and
If you say so.
and I was programmed in a way, and sense of fear.
Oh, all
A huge
right.
sense of fear.
But if you know that, and you know that those are just belief systems, then you can choose to let them go, yes?
I'm working on it really hard right now.
Oh, no, 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 no. Working on it really hard only adds more negative energy to it.
Okay.
The idea is to relax into the understanding that it's just a belief. Now, we are going to talk about an analogy we recently used that we believe will help many of you visualize this concept, all right? You understand that beliefs are what generate the reality you experience, yes?
Yeah.
All right. So when you talk about things like programming and patterns and habits and so on and so forth, you're only really talking about the idea of certain definitions you've been taught to buy into, and that's it.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yes, absolutely.
And you can also understand that those definitions, because that's all they are, and that's the only thing that determines how you experience physical reality, those definitions can be changed. Yes?
Yeah.
All right. Well, just knowing they can be changed is the key. And it's what we will call the skeleton key, the key that will open the door. Because the idea of a belief system, by definition, is that it will always do everything in its power to reinforce the idea of that belief and make it seem as if no other belief is possible. You follow me?
Yes.
But if you have the skeleton key, that you know that the master key, the master belief, is that no matter how a negative belief may feel, in the sense that it makes you feel like no other belief is possible, or that it's difficult to change your beliefs, the master key is that you always know beliefs can be changed. And if you allow yourself to remain in that vibration, this will be a little bit easier. Mm-hmm. You follow me? Mm-hmm. So, imagine this picture. You are a factory owner. Yes? Mm-hmm. All right. There's your beautiful factory. There's a door that leads into the factory. You have the master key to that door. Yes? Mm-hmm. You use the key, click, click, open the door, and you walk in. And what you see is that you are now walking on a catwalk above the factory floor. You follow me? Mm-hmm. All right. On this side, down below, on the factory floor, there are workers that are working away at creating and reinforcing the idea of negative beliefs. Mm-hmm. On this side of the factory floor are the workers that are creating and reinforcing the idea of positive beliefs or beliefs that you prefer. Yes? Mm-hmm. All right. Now, understand that you on the catwalk are in the absolute neutral energy between the two. You're in the balance point. Mm-hmm. But what you realize is happening is this. All of the workers who are the belief systems are working away at finding all the different kinds of bits of information and methodologies to give to you, to feed to you, to send to you, to transmit to you to do their job, which is to reinforce themselves. Mm-hmm. So the workers on the negative side will be churning out all sorts of interesting ideas to make sure that you don't believe that you can change your beliefs. You understand? Mm-hmm. The idea will be that if you look to the idea of thinking, imagining that perhaps you can change it, what they would do is start sending you information, start churning out ideas such as, oh, no, that's difficult. Mm-hmm. Oh, no, you don't want to do that. That's scary. Mm-hmm. Oh, no, you don't want to do that because, well, if you try to go to the positive side, you may find out that that actually won't work. And then you'll find out that that positive idea is not true. Oh, scary. And so they will constantly be sending you these filtering ideas to cloud the idea of the positive beliefs. Now, this will also be coming from the other side. But the point is it depends on who you're paying attention to. Mm-hmm. And that's why it's important to know that you're on this catwalk, this neutral catwalk. So you have the power, you have the master key to decide who you would really actually prefer to pay attention to. Now, the interesting thing about a lot of these beliefs that the negative side is churning out is that in order to make them even more difficult, seemingly difficult to change, they will often mix the idea of a positive notion in with the negative one so that it looks like they're giving lip service to the positive side while in a sense pulling you back into the negative side. So you need to watch out for those kinds of combinations of belief systems within you. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Oh, absolutely. You have the master key. Yes, you are in control and you can decide whatever you want. But if you do and you turn in that direction, you're going to be all alone because no one else will be like you. And ooh, isn't that scary? So they will admit that you can do it, but they will paint a story for you that makes it seem unpalatable to go in that direction and thus confusing you even more. The bottom line to all of this idea is that if the definitions you truly prefer, if the reality and the belief systems you truly prefer don't completely bowl you over with an absolute conviction that that's what you prefer to choose, then something is filtering your perspective of that. Because your true vibration and the things that are representative of that vibration should be automatically and effortlessly and easily capable of being chosen. It should be a walk in the park. It should fill you with joy. Nothing should prevent you from running headlong in that direction. And if you're not, it means you are receiving input from the negative side. So it tells you that you're receiving negative information, negative beliefs, negative reinforcement. So the idea thus then is, as you are saying you wish, you prefer to choose the positive side, if you feel any hesitation to move in that direction at all, now you have the master key. You can go into the factory, walk along that catwalk, look down on the negative side, and you may have done enough work to send a lot of those negative workers home, but if you find yourself still hesitating to move or choose the positive direction, it means there is still a worker on the negative side hiding in some basement somewhere, churning away at some desk, still typing out all these negative ideas that are filtering your ability to choose the positive side. So you need to walk that catwalk, and this is the unconscious idea. You need to walk the catwalk and find that belief, find that negative belief that's going about its business, doing a beautiful job of reinforcing the negative beliefs that you've been holding on to. You need to ferret it out. You need to turn on the factory lights and look down and go, there you are, hiding in that corner. Did you not know you could go home? Oh, I'm so sorry. I had sent all these other belief systems home that I didn't prefer, and here you are, slaving away, doing a wonderful job, a beautiful job, sending me all these negative reinforcements, but now I know you're tired. You can take a break. You can clock out, punch out, go home. You don't need to work here anymore. It's all right. Really, it is. Go home, relax. You understand? Mm-hmm. And thus the idea is that you can, by exploring the idea that there might still be something there, you can get in touch with those beliefs in your unconscious mind, bring them to the surface by turning the lights on in your exploration, and keep ferreting them out and send them home. Get them to punch out, get them to clock out. You don't need them to send this information anymore because it's not who you prefer to be anymore. And once you have truly cleaned out that side of the factory floor, nothing will prevent you from filling the factory with workers that are only sending you positive messages because you will have made room for them. Because you can't fill the factory with more positive workers if the negative workers are still occupying the workstations. Mm-hmm. You understand? Mm-hmm. So you can use this analogy to instill within you the idea of the neutrality that is required with the master key walking the catwalk above it all. Just know that there is nothing negative about having had negative workers. They are not negative in and of themselves doing things negatively. They are producing the idea you hired them to produce, and so they're actually doing the job you hired them to do. And in that sense, they've been working for you in a positive way. But the idea is now you can recognize you simply don't require that product anymore. Your factory's now going to manufacture something different. It's going to manufacture the idea of positive ideas, and that's going to reinforce you in a positive way, and thus then you will feel yourself rushing headlong in that direction, and the factory will be churning out nothing but those positive products for you and reinforcing itself in that way. So the idea is that while you're receiving the negative product line, you may be in that catwalk spinning and reinforcing yourself in your mind in a cycle, in a loop of reinforcement, reflective reinforcement of negativity. But as soon as you ferret out all those workers and go into the neutral catwalk reinforcement, then you can choose. You can decide to fill the factory with the positive, and then you can find yourself in a positive feedback loop, constantly expanding and reinforcing that idea. Make sense? You like being this factory owner?
Well, absolutely, yeah.
You have the master key.
Yeah.
Use it however you wish.
How do I apply it to situation? It looks like I found a soulmate, and I supposed to be getting married to him tomorrow.
Do you prefer this?
I am afraid.
Of what? What do you have a definition of that creates fear in the idea of this marriage? What's your definition that you believe is going to happen that is generating the fear within you? What do you think it will do? What are you actually afraid of? What's your worst fear of what will happen if you proceed forward in this idea?
I am afraid he will harm me
Harm you?
at some point.
Why?
That's the question. I think it's his attitude.
His attitude.
Yeah.
All
To
right.
difficult situations.
So are you saying that you are
situations.
actually recognizing that you are vibrationally not compatible? Is that what you're saying?
I think
Remember, anyone you're learning something from at that moment is a soulmate. You understand?
yes.
And the idea of relationships, the purpose of relationships, is for each person in the relationship to reflect to the other what they need to know about becoming more of who they prefer to be. Is he reflecting to you the idea that there is a vibration there you don't prefer, thus helping you understand more clearly what you do prefer?
Yes.
Well, then if you understand what you do prefer, why would you continue to move in the direction of what you don't? Now, before you answer, remember this caveat. Always make sure, be honest with your own self-investigation, and make sure that it is not just your negative beliefs coloring the situation to make it seem as if it's negative when it could be positive, or vice versa. But if you are clear in your investigation that something is truly not what you prefer, or what your excitement truly is, then you will know that no matter what anyone else's opinion is, you owe it to yourself, and in fact actually owe it to the other people in the relationship to be true to yourself. Because if you're not being your true self, they're not actually marrying you anyway. Do you understand?
Absolutely.
So, first, marry yourself. Do you understand?
Yes.
And then you will attract what is a reflection of the marriage you have already created within yourself in a positive context. Does this help you make your decision?
I still have doubt.
You have doubt, and the definition of doubt is what? It's not a lack of trust. Have you heard our definition of doubt?
Tell me.
Our definition of doubt is a 100% trust in a definition that's out of alignment with your truth. There is no such thing as a lack of trust. There is trust in something that is in alignment with what you prefer, and there is trust in something that is out of alignment with what you prefer. That's what you call doubt, but doubt is not a lack of trust. It's a trust in something that you don't prefer. So, that's why I say you have to be very clear about what it is you're actually doing in terms of the energy you're putting into this situation, because you may be holding yourself back from something that could actually be representative of your excitement. You have to find out if that's the case, or you could be truly recognizing that this is not representative of your excitement. And when you truly do the investigation honestly about whether you're coloring this or whether it is truly representative of something you do or don't prefer, then you will have clarity in the decision that you need to make. And remember, the most loving thing you can do for other people in a relationship is actually take action in the direction that actually is best for you, because then they can see who you are, who they've been in a relationship with, and if they don't want to be vibrationally compatible with you, if they don't want to change to align with who you truly need to be, then you allow them to go on their way to find someone who they can actually be vibrationally compatible with. And so you're doing them a service too by actually removing yourself from the situation. Does that make sense?
Yes.
But you have to take all of this information we are sharing with you, all these perspectives, and once you clarify for yourself whether the marriage is representative of your excitement or not, then you will know what to do. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Does this help you?
Thank you, Bashar.
All right, thank you very
All
much.
blessings.
Good day, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
I've been reading things about, or hearing things about some kind of mass consciousness-raising event that could be upcoming, perhaps.
Well, there are a number of mass consciousness-raising events occurring all the time.
Like maybe in the form of some kind of light in the sky that like everyone will see and know is
Maybe,
happening.
maybe not. We will see. Depends on what reality you shift to and whether or not you need that as a reflective symbol or not. Could be something else.
Okay.
Again, all these things are not definitive. They are simply suggestions, offerings, perspectives, permission slips. If you find you resonate with the idea that's been suggested, then by all means shift in the direction of the reality where you can experience that, because you're saying that's the permission slip, that's the reflection you believe will assist you the best in raising your vibration with the mass consensus in the way that you prefer to. But if hearing a suggestion like that, you find that you don't quite resonate with it, then understand you'll shift in a different direction, and some other synchronistic thing may be representative of the permission slip that you require to allow yourself to raise your vibration. Yes?
Okay.
So it doesn't really matter what it is, but when you hear things like that, it gives you an opportunity to decide whether that would work for you or not. It's that simple. Everyone is always offered different ideas for how to experience their reality. You are the ultimate arbiter of what you believe will work best for you. So when you hear a notion like that, simply sample it, like a fine wine. Well, you know, not quite what I'm looking for. How about this vintage? Oh, well, glug, 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 glug. A little more palatable, but not quite what I'm looking for. Oh, how about this one? Glug, 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 glug. Ah, that hits the spot. It's up to you. It really is. Physical reality is your creation. There is no physical reality apart from your definition of it. So when other people offer you their perspectives about what might be a permission slip that works for them, you get to decide whether or not you want to agree with that and co-create that in your reality, or whether you would like to go down another path. Doesn't matter, because you will attract what you need, and they will attract what they need as a representation. And remember that when we say permission slip, it simply means that you're the one raising your vibration and shifting to a consensus reality where more people already exist that are on a higher vibratory level. You never change the world you're in. You shift to a world that's already reflective of the change you've made within yourself. Make sense?
Yes, I can work with that.
All right. Does this add or provide some clarity for you?
It does.
And yet,
I guess I'm just still wrestling with the concept of how I can shift to one particular reality.
but you
whereas-
are already shifting. You shift billions of times a second. That's how you create the side effect you call time and space and change and discovery. If you weren't shifting through parallel realities billions of times a second, you would have absolutely no experience of change whatsoever. Everything would be a frozen snapshot like this. Or perhaps like this. Or maybe like this. But you have to, like frames on a film strip, actually project your consciousness like the light of the projector through a multitude of frames per second in order to actually experience the illusion of any particular time stream. But you're shifting actually all over the map. You're actually jumping from film strip to film strip to film strip to film strip, frame to frame to frame to frame, billions of times per second. All you need to do to guide yourself in the direction that works best for you is the simple formula. Act to the best of your ability on your highest excitement in whatever form it comes in, every moment that you can out of all the options available to you. Act on the most exciting one. Take it as far as you can until you can take it no further. And continue to do that every moment with absolutely zero, 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 zero insistence, assumption, or expectation as to what the outcome of that action ought to be. If you just stick to that formula, you will automatically, unerringly guide yourself through the sequence of parallel realities that represents the reflection that is best for you. That's it. That's the formula. That's how it works. That's the physics. That's it. If you want to make it more complicated, you can. We won't stop you. But the idea is, it is that simple. Does this help?
It does.
Anything else?
Nope.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, Bashar.
And you good day.
It's a pleasure to visit with you again.
And you as well.
My question concerns, since I was very little, I have always had rather vivid associations that result from emotional reactions that result from very specific combinations of colors,
Oh, all right.
very specific wavelengths occurring either within a painting or naturally occurring in the environment. And these seem to be unrelated to anything that I could put my finger on and say is an association, that might trigger that, an association from that particular time.
Well, no. The idea is that many of you are simply increasing your perceptual sensitivity to different kinds of vibrations and interpreting and filtering them through you in different ways now. So you are expanding your ability to sense things in a different way. You're actually starting to be able to communicate with color itself, with the vibration of those things. And the combinations are a language unto itself that you're beginning to understand. Because that's what happens. It's one of the symptoms of the expansion of consciousness, is that you become more perceptive of different levels of vibrational information that are all around you all the time, but which many of you have never seen because you have let them be invisible to you because your senses were not sensitive enough. But now the senses are becoming more sensitive to all the different wavelengths and frequencies of information going on around you from different dimensions in different ways and different expressions of different forms of consciousness all the time. Yes?
Yes. And as this has been going on since I was a child, and there seems to be a connection between some of these very vivid emotional reactions.
Well, of course.
I was wondering, I had heard from Seth that faster-than-light phenomena sometimes impinge on this sensorial, this third dimension, or third density.
Yes, because as you expand your senses, you're going beyond the physical domain. So, of course, when you go beyond the physical domain, you'll be able to perceive things that are operating at much higher frequencies than the concept you call the speed of light.
Right.
Yes?
Right. And these associations across time seem to be, they're very specific, and
Yes.
I'll find myself, many years after originally having experienced this combination of colors to begin with,
Yes.
re-experiencing it
Yes.
with the same intensity of
Yes.
emotion.
Well, some people use the synchronicity of numbers. You're using the synchronicity markers of color and those vibrations to let you know when you are on the vibrational path that is perfect for you.
I see. Okay. Thank you.
It's a different language, that's all.
Uh-huh.
Makes sense?
It does, yeah.
Does this help you?
It does. May I ask you?
You don't have to ask if you can ask.
Okay.
Otherwise, you've already asked a question.
Got it. Okay, thanks. You've spoken in the past about the idea that
I never speak in the past. I always speak in the present.
I've heard in the past.
I understand what you mean. I'm just having some fun with you.
I know. Let's see. The idea that new economic paradigm will be inextricably intertwined in a way with
Yes.
the emergence of what we think of as free energy or free
Yes.
energy from the vacuum.
That version of Earth, in fact, a multitude of versions of Earth like that already exist.
Yes. What I was wondering is, sort of extrapolating further and considering probable Earth futures,
Yes.
how does this relate to the photosynthetic capacity of the Earth and the actual carrying capacity of the Earth, if, in fact, all boats are able to rise equally and freely?
In the way that we interpret what you are asking, There are actually versions of Earth that derive their power from absolutely nothing but the plants on the planet. You understand? They actually have found ways to convert the concept of photosynthesis from the different trees and flowers and plants and things like that in ways they can actually, shall we say, funnel through or allow the energy of the photosynthesis to channel through the plants into a variety of devices wirelessly.
I see. But as far as stuff to eat, I mean, assuming even we have, the capability of desalinating water
Yes.
in great quantities at
Yes.
not a great expense, and the capacity to grow without, the amount of petrochemical inputs
Yes,
that
yes,
we
yes,
have
of
now.
course you do. You already know that you have that capacity. It's simply a matter of whether or not you choose to express that in your reality, and thus shift to a reality that already expresses it. Yes?
But it would appear that the capacity, the photosynthetic capacity of everything that is growing on the planet would not sustain the number of bodies on the planet.
Well, you may shift to a version of Earth that doesn't have as many bodies on it. And or you will find that the capacity of the vibrational state that the bodies have reached will actually amplify even a small amount of energy to be adequate. In some senses, this is what we do, because we no longer eat, we no longer sleep. We are deriving our sustenance directly from the energy of our planet and the energy of the cosmos. But because we operate on a certain frequency level, we don't actually need very much, because our own energy, our own vibrational state amplifies and magnifies what we get. Because isn't that the idea of what you call free energy? That you perceive what you call to be over unity? You get more energy out than you put in? Yes?
Interesting, yeah. No,
So the idea is that it doesn't take very much energy in to actually experience a lot of energy out when you are vibrating at a rate that is a particular multiple of the energy coming in. You will amplify it in such a way that there will be more energy out, because you're tapping into a multiple level, dimensional kind of amplifier. So whatever energy you're drawing on from one dimension will actually be augmented and magnified by the vibrational energy of a multitude of dimensions, and you will have more at your disposal, and the energy that you're drawing upon in your reality is actually being used as nothing more than a kickstart. You follow?
that makes sense, yeah.
Yes. Does that help?
It does, yeah.
Anything else?
May I ask one quick question about,
Didn't we already establish that you don't have to ask if you can ask?
well,
Trust us. If we are telling you that there is no purpose or it's not appropriate to ask something, we'll let you know.
Okay.
So you don't have to spend time asking.
okay, thank you.
Yes.
In thinking about energy and technology, I sometimes wonder if our discomfort with the idea of directed energy weapons and the secrecy surrounding that
Yes.
has a relationship to the destruction of Atlantis,
Of course
and
it
whether
does.
that's racially imprinted.
Of course it does. But the idea is that cross-connection is being made from the present.
Yeah,
Yes?
I see.
So the idea is that there is a lot of expression of cross-connection to Atlantean times, so that you can decide in the exploration of the theme you're doing here to perhaps learn to do it differently.
Got it, okay.
Yes?
That makes sense. Thank you. very
Thank
much.
you.
Thanks.